RuPaul's Drag Race has undeniably cemented itself as a fabulous fixture on reality TV. Its core audience keeps growing globally, and we can surely expect to see its universe keep on expanding. A big part of this universe is its popular AllStars spin-off. RuPaul's Drag Race AllStars brings together past queens from the franchise for another shot at the crown. Although it did have a shaky start in 2012 because God knows what the producers are thinking with that stupid team's twist, thankfully it's been able to revamp itself in 2016. That year, Season 2 of AllStars was another showcase of how good Drag Race is when it comes to the reality show narrative. And that's why 16 years on, the franchise is still alive and kicking. And that's also why the All-Star spin-off has become a yearly affair. In its best shape, the series is a masterclass on reality TV production and storytelling. Case in point, AllStars 2. I have to say, I think that this is the best All-Star season ever and probably one of the best seasons in the entire franchise. I think this was partly because All-Stars 2 left no stone unturned. It gave us an awesome cast, it introduced us to a crazy twist.
You'll be eliminating each other.
It told us an amazing story and gave us challenges that produced countless memes and memorable TV moments.
It shows on the side. I'm sorry. I can't sit down. I'm so sorry.
All of that led to a very satisfying finale with a winner that I believe was truly worthy of the crown. But in its more questionable runs, All-Stars tends to be a lackluster mishmash of very talented queens. It's kind of sad to see because they would just end up having nothing to do other than get eliminated too early or wander aimlessly through the challenges until a winner gets picked. Just one look at Twitter or Reddit and you'll see how over the last few years, people have felt like it's just not giving as much as it could. Fast forward to today, why does it seem as though All-Stars has lost its shine? One of the magical things about All-Stars is that it brings back iconic queens that the fans have missed since their original seasons. They say that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and that's kind of true for All-Stars. Like when you bring back an icon like Alyssa Edwards 2 years after making her mark on the show, or when we find out that a queen like Shea Coulee, who we all collectively feel was robbed, is backed with a vengeance.
I'm black.
There's just something really exciting about that. A lot of this buildup is what reality television thrives on, right? But now that All-Stars happens as often as the regular seasons, we as the audience sort of miss out on that tension. All-Stars 1 and All-Stars 2 had a 4-year gap in between. In that span of time, the franchise's collection of characters had enough time to grow its pool, big enough to effectively build another strong cast for another strong season. But with its current cycle of yearly airing, not only is there less time for growth, especially for queens who've appeared in more recent seasons, there's also less of an opportunity to build a cast that is the perfect mix. Which brings me to my next issue. If there's one thing that Drag Race has shown us, it's that every single drag queen who's been on the show is fabulous and fierce. Individually, they've all got something to offer. But to successfully produce a good reality show, all of these personalities should be grouped together in a way that really makes sense. This is true even for regular seasons. Season 7 got a lot of criticism for being a bad season, but I do feel like it was the casting that was a problem. Because we all know that that season produced some of the most successful queens to ever appear on the franchise. But it was the fact that they were grouped together so haphazardly in that season that it tanked the whole thing. On the flip side, the cast of All-Stars 2 is the best example of a well-thought-out collective. First of all, Season 5 of Drag Race is probably the most loved season, so it's no wonder that half of the All-Stars 2 cast was from it. But then you add to the mix a firecracker like Tatiana from season 2, a sentimental favorite like Katya from season 7, and a feisty character from season 4 like Jeremy, then known as Fifi O'Hara. That was casting gold because that group of queens provided for relationships that served the storyline, plus a level of talent that served the season very, very well. Sadly, that really doesn't happen much anymore. Today, it feels like the logic behind building an all-stars cast is whoever is available. And when a competition like Drag Race can't really rely on its cast, it overcompensates with twists. Shock and unexpected situations are core components of reality television. But this only works when these gaggy moments are just elements that support whatever narrative the cast is presenting. When they're so obviously put there for the sake of drama or for the sake of throwing the queens off, it just feels weird. I mean, twists are great, like when they serve a purpose to the storyline, for example. In AllStars 2, the twist of the queens having to eliminate each other worked really well because not only does it change the way the game is played, but it's also very connected to the fact that the Rulaska Talk storyline plays a big part in that season. Friendships were at risk. In contrast, it's strange when it's added just purely for shock factor. Like, did we really need that jury at the finale of AllStars 3? Because here's the thing, it made the vibe of the show feel overly manipulated by production. And in situations like this, when things take a turn for the worse, whoever the audience is rooting for gets sent home. Of course, not all twists are bad. The lip sync assassin and group voting format that started in season 5, I thought that was a breath of fresh air. But twists don't always have to be the show forcing the girls into weird situations. I honestly think it's so much better when some things happen because of the decisions that the queens themselves make. Ben de la Crème's self-elimination, for instance, as wild as it was so memorable for this reason.
I'm going home. What?
This is also why that tie on All-Star 6 between Pandora Box and Jan was a real field day for the meme community. Pointing all this out only just reiterates my previous point, that picking the right cast to do the right things is very important. By no means am I saying that AllStars has become a terrible show to watch, because still, it's very entertaining and a well-made piece of queer art.
Is she giving us anything worth protecting? That's the question.
But I'm gonna keep it real. It's been really challenging, at least for me, to find any of the recent All-Star seasons interesting. Having said that, All-Star 6 seemed to be a promising return to form. It featured an interesting cast and a story flow where the wins were spread out over many talented queens. Some challenges were good, some were questionable, but the narrative was overall really solid, and at the finale, all 4 queens seemed worthy of the win. Kylie Sonique Love definitely was a deserving winner. It just really breaks my heart that this has not been sustained in the succeeding seasons. I mean, the fact that in All-Stars 8, RuPaul herself had to get the queens together because a lot of them wanted to quit, that is wild. Now with All-Stars 9, I'd say it has had its great moments and there are glimmers of a better future for this spin-off. But I honestly haven't felt the need to watch its episodes as religiously as I think I should. So I guess the jury is still out on whether season 9 is a sign of better things to come for the franchise, or if it's just another season that World of Wonder can check off its money-making list.
Congratulations, All-Stars!
Hello, and thank you so much for watching this video. As you can see, I'm not in the SISNE Pop corner, and that is because we've been feeling a little under the weather, but I am getting better, so you'll see me back in the SISNE Pop studio really soon. But right now, I ask everyone to subscribe and of course, like this video and follow us for more content on drag and pop culture. For now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.